This video is from my dad. My dad is the best man I know. He's my best friend. He's the he's my hero. He's always been there for me and will always be there for me. I always have him I can rely on. Words cannot describe how lucky I am to have him. My dad is an amazing person. He's always been there for me. I could always go there and talk to him without him getting mad. He's always been there for me. I can go to him for just about anything, really. And he's always been the person that's always been there for me. I know I've said that many times, but if I mess up on something, I mean, he calmly explains it to me. He shows me things that he can show me how to do. He's always been there for me. I mean, he's the reason why I know how to drive stick shift. He took me out one day and he showed me how to drive a quad track. I mean, he showed me a lot of things that I would never have known how to do. Sorry about doing this, I just had to do it so then this thing won't, keep getting in the way. He's an amazing person. He taught me to be respectful to others. He's raised me really for most of my life. My mother, she's always been very mentally manipulative and very mentally abusive, and there's a lot of times, I thought about I don't want to go on anymore, but he's always been the person to then, lift me up, essentially. He's always been the person there to all he's always been there in my darkest times. I don't know where I'd be today without him. I really don't. It's because of him. I thoroughly believe it's because of him why I'm still here today. And it is because of him that I'm alive today. I honestly don't know where I'd be today without him. Because life is horrible. Life is hard. Let's be honest, I hate life. There are a lot of times I don't want to be a part of life. But I mean, he's always there to encourage me more. Whenever I said I wanted to join the Marine Corps, my father immediately encouraged me to do better and to, go after it and to chase it down, essentially, and to never give up. My mother, she always told me, you can't do this, you can't do that. You don't have it in you. You would never be able to do it in a million years. She and her husband used to always say, oh, it's because of you why we always fight. My dad, he was never like that. He was always loving and caring and very down to earth. And I have him to thank for that. I have him to thank for the fact that I'm still alive today. So honestly, if it was for him, I might be dead right now. I thoroughly believe that. If it wasn't for him deciding to adopt me and raise me, I'm not even be here today. Because of men like him that I become a better person. Like, yeah, there's still a decent amount of hatred in me, but it's not hatred for people in general. It's hatred for those who harm others and who bully others. It's a hatred for the evil out there. And I mean, my life is hard. Don't get me wrong. My life is hard. Apart from my own sister hating me, my mom hating me. I mean, she's really the only person that's keeping me going at this point. Because my life is hard. I mean, I'm not around my biological father anymore. And he's still out there, but I don't ever get to see him. I got to see him when I was 5 years old. So when I was 5, I was adopted, and he's my dad. He's always there for me. He will always be my dad. No matter what happens. He'll always be my dad. I have him to thank. I have him to thank for him being my father. I can't begin to even explain how amazing of a father he is. He's an amazing person. He's a great father. He'd do anything for me. If anyone would have hurt me, he'd be the first one in line to pummel their face in. And same thing goes for a lot of his friends. Like, I'm friends with most of his friends, and I have a lot of father figures. I would say on Facebook, around 80% of my friends are his friends. And I'm really like their child, really. My dad's girlfriend, she's an amazing person too. They're always someone I can go to and talk to when life gets hard. And I'm not the most mentally stable person as far as depression goes. I'm not stable. But he gives me hope. I may not have the best life ever, but I'm very lucky to have someone like him. I'm very, very lucky. If it wasn't for him, I'd probably be dead by now. I love you, Dad.